Hello everyone, it's Ashwin Rao. Today's video brings you a new brand that I'm excited to introduce to you, hailing from China and is the offspring, lower cost alternative of XBXS Boots Factory. They're focusing on designs that have already been made popular by other brands, maybe copies, but at the end of the day, they're offering those styles at a much lower price point than the originals. Now there's all kinds of discussions that we can have about the quality and validity of this strategy, but at the end of the day, they put out a nice product, and I was curious about that product, particularly given the recent discussions around Alden and its Indy Boot and what quality that the originating brand offers compared to some of the alternatives. So without further ado, this is the Luosjiet Indy Boot in black chrome tanned leather, designed to echo the style of the Indy 401. Brand Luosjiet, which hails from Dongguan, China, the same city that brought you XBXS Boots Factory and has a number of other makers. I believe that Quan Shoemaker and a few others are based in this region where a lot of high quality footwear is manufactured in China. Luosjiet is trying to position themselves in a place at a lower cost for those of us who are welted boot enthusiasts to offer high quality makes and takes on common styles at a lower price. And so this particular model is essentially a copy of the Alden Indy Boot. And I am bringing you this review because I was interested in what Luosjiet, essentially the XBXS team, could do to potentially elevate the quality of the Alden Indy Boot. Now, Alden boots are typically priced in the $500 to $700 range. This Luosjiet Indy Boot is offered around $200. So we're gonna open this boot box here. So in talking with the team at XBXS and Luosjiet, I discovered that this pair is designed with a 270-degree storm welt, which is Goodyear welted to this outsole here. There is no midsole in this particular boot, and if I'm not mistaken, Indy boots do have a midsole that's made out of a leather board, and then you see this rubber footbed. This is a oil-resistant cork footbed made by a company called Soltech Co. I'm not familiar with Soltech Co, but it looks like a pretty reasonably designed sole that's designed to echo the feel of neocork. This has a last shape that's somewhat similar to the Trubalance last that Alden offers. If I bring this up closer, you're going to see very clean and elegant stitching work done to create this false apron, and specifically you can see in terms of stitch density, this Goodyear welting is very well executed. If I bring the shoe up, you can see how clean the stitch work is done on the storm welt here. That storm welting tapers down nicely, and the stitching just goes past the end of that storm welt right there, and just a beautifully clean, elegant, even stitch work done. One of the issues that I've seen in certain Alden pairs is that the joints of the welt are sometimes irregular or misshapen, or the stitching is somewhat sloppy around some of those, but here you can see how clean the welt joints are here. Here we see the back heel counter, which is essentially a strip of leather that tapers down, similar to what the Indy offers, with a slightly broader base and a narrower top. I asked XBXS and Luosjiet about this leather, which was sourced from the Prime Asia leather company that supplies a number of the Asian manufacturers. They actually have their own tannery. This is a chrome tanned leather, similar to what the Alden Indy offers for their 401, 403 and 405 models. This particular model very much echoes the styling of the 401, which is the black Indy, with black stitching on most of the uppers other than on this faux apron, which has white stitchings. We see here 5 eyelets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4 speed hooks, similar to what Alden offers, actually, but it feels very much like an Alden Indy. Bringing the other boot into view, you see again a beautifully styled boot with a medium rise instep similar to the Alden Indy, that sweeping side stitching along the side paneling, and just the similar curves and the way that the light reflects off of this chrome tan leather is very reminiscent to what I recall from my Alden Indy pair. Having unlaced the shoe and now peering into the interior of the shoe, you see a half leather sole here adorning the footbed with the Luosjiet Original Boots logo. Here we see the back seam to join the back 2 pieces of leather there that are hidden from the outside by this piece of leather counter here. A non-gusseted tongue. Beyond that, the last is quite comparable to what I would say is offered by the Trubalance last with equal comfort, and I wore this pair all day without any foot fatigue. Given that I've worn this boot for an entire day, you can see how the leather is breaking in. This chrome tan leather from Prime Asia Leather Supply appears to be high quality. Should you be okay choosing a model that's essentially a copy of the original? I think most people walking down the street looking at this shoe who have awareness of the Alden brand would think of this as an Alden Indy, but that for some would create a lot of bother. For me, myself, I'm a curious boot reviewer and an enthusiast in this community, and I wanted to see what Luosjiet offers in terms of quality. I think that they offer some really unique features that elevate the shoe in some ways with a higher stitch density and cleaner outsole and upper stitching, a cleaner welt design, and a full grain leather insole, all of which make this shoe potentially a higher quality alternative in some manners. So Luosjiet, very enthusiastic about this brand, and I think that they offer high quality at an affordable price, particularly for those of you who are not as brand loyal or those who are looking to come in at a lower price point. So give them a look if you have a chance. They have a website where they sell their shoes direct to consumer, and if you have interest, reach out to them. Have a good one. It's Ashwin. Take care.